Uh-oh.
Hey. Oh, did you watch that video, Sheila? Did you watch
The video?
the live presentation with the president?
No, it wouldn't turn on. So I listened to it on the radio
Oh, okay.
a little bit. And then and I had to leave to go to my mom's. So
Oh,
yeah.
I thought maybe you'd listen in your car, but
I listened to a little bit of it,
yeah.
but you had told me earlier he was going to be filing a lawsuit.
I did?
Yeah. When we were walking,
I didn't even know.
you mentioned it.
I didn't think I even knew.
I think you heard it or read it or something.
Oh, you know what? When the news, the announcers, that are hosting it, the Newsmax, I think they mentioned that might be what it was about.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably where I got that.
Okay.
But well, today is a cool day. Actually, it's warm, but I thought I would tell you why it's a cool day. Today is, of course, July 7th, and the 7 is the symbol of spirituality. So I'm drinking my 7th chakra tea from Pat.
Nice.
And I thought I would just tell you a little bit more about the 7 because it's really spiritual. So so the 7 is the symbol of spirituality, and where that came from is that the ancients found that the number 7 was hiding in vibratory phenomenon in stuff that isn't physical or material, but nonetheless exists. So the unseen world. Okay. So they saw the pattern of the 7 in the 7 colors of the rainbow, the 7 notes of the musical scale. There's the 7 days of the week. And we can't touch light or sound, but they are there, right? We can see them.
Right.
So this is why the number 7 has been known as the symbol of spiritual power for thousands of years. It represents the mysterious forces working behind the scenes. So what does that mean? How do you apply that information in your life? And today is 7/7, and it was 77 degrees most of the day when I checked my phone. So I thought that was a lot of 7s. So the deeper meaning of seeing the 7 is it's time to connect with the greater forces of life. The 7 is showing up to say to you, the clarity you're seeking can be found in your relationship with the invisible forces. So your spirit guides, your intuition, your higher self. If some people say there is no higher self, but if you subscribe to that philosophy, then your higher self, God, but certainly the unseen forces. So there are 2 very important personal messages that it is sending to you. The first is you are not in control at this point. Something greater than you wants to help. If you've been trying hard to analyze, fix, or figure things out, You've been efforting to find the truth, the solution, or the meaning behind that certain something going on in your life, then you must hear this. It's safe now to let go of control. When you plant a seed in a garden, you can tend to the soil, you can make sure that it's watered properly and getting enough sunlight. But at a certain point, it isn't up to you anymore to make that seed sprout and grow. The unseen spiritual forces greater than you are in control of that. So you need to remember this. The 7 is showing up as a number repeating in your life first and foremost because it wants you to know you are not alone in this life and you don't have to be the one who figured it all out. There is a force greater than you that wants to take the lead here. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been seeing a lot of 7s like for the last several days, like 777 or 77 and 77, just a lot of 7s. But we're in the month of 7. So I thought, okay, so it's a spiritual month. But you might be wondering, how do I let go and let the greater forces take the lead? This is where the second message comes in from the number 7. It's time to rest and go radio silent. Nothing, just quiet, meditation, creativity, writing, artwork, working in your garden is meditative. I think most of you have gardens.
Yep.
This isn't just a sign that you're not in control at this point. It is also a sign that it's time for you to sit back, relax, and get quiet. When you do that, Spirit can take the baton and do its good work for you. So she says, do you know that many different religious traditions have the same creation story? It is said that on the 7th day the universe was created. There was a day of rest. In fact, this is why so many businesses are closed on Sunday, the 7th day of the week. So it's not a coincidence. The prophets knew that rest for ceasing to work and no longer trying to make things happen opens up a doorway to potent spiritual power and support. So the 7 is the number of spirituality. It means to connect to your own spiritual side. And it just so happens yesterday on my group page on Facebook, I finished the chakra series, and yesterday I wrote about the 7th chakra, the crown. So you are not in control at this point. Something greater than you is ready and here to help.
Come on.
So go within and rest, nap, meditate, spend time in nature, and get silent. The answers, insights, and miracles you've been needing will come to you there.
Okay.
So, so that's the message in all these 7s. Today being the 7th day of the 7th month with 77 degrees. It's probably changed by now. Oh, hi, Rye. Hi, Riley.
You should just say hi, big head. Hey, Paul. He can't hear me. I'll be right back. Come on,
Okay.
come on. Come on.
So we're going to work with some poses that are related to the seventh chakra, the crown, and being a 7-day in the 7th month. And I'm drinking my 7th chakra tea. So we'll start with centering. Sitting tall, letting go of the day. Embracing that which is within you, your spiritual side, or spiritual top, really. Your crown chakra is right at the top of your head, a little to the back. Connect with your breath, which is spiritual and physical. Just take some time here and relax, let go, and allow your breath to just flow in and out. Right now, there's nowhere to go, nothing to do. We're in our being. And just turn your palms upward without a mudra for now. Allowing your palms being upward to represent being open, open to insight, open to solutions, open to feeling that you are supported by unseen forces. If you're in your garden, you might have lots of fairies around you. If you're doing your yoga, you might have spirit guides around you, yogi guides. And consider your physical body, see what it feels like in this moment. What's it like to be in your body right now? You feel comfortable or uncomfortable in areas. You feel restricted or free. What are your muscles saying to you, or your joints? And then draw your palms together over your heart. And just a little change. We're going to inhale and lift our arms up overhead, but just pause for a moment with your wrists at the top of your head at your crown chakra, and then continue on up. Breathing out as you lower, of course. So breathing up, a little touch to your crown, stretching up, letting yourself relax deeper, more fully. Honoring your spiritual self, the unseen forces, and that which is supporting you, allowing you to turn the keys over, let somebody else drive. One more round of deep breathing. All right. We'll start with our head and neck. Just lower your chin down to your chest and we'll go side to side. Initially, just explore in your neck, see how it feels. Then the next time you bring your chin to center, lift your head up. Turn your head to your left, but a quarter of the way, halfway between your shoulder and facing forward with your chin. So you're just about over your clavicle bone. Now lower your chin down towards your collarbone, keeping it off center, and then bring both hands onto your head, reach up through your spine and breathe. And then as you breathe out, draw your chin in closer to your collarbone. Still turned. And continue on down, rounding in your back. Draw your head in as close to your body as you can. If you're able to go all the way to your leg, fine. If not, that's okay. Just wherever your body will go. Now keep your hands on your head as you press down in your sitting bones and roll back up. Lift your chin. Turn your head to center. Find halfway between your throat and your shoulders. Turn your head to the right. Bring your chin down onto your chest and start to pull your head gently in towards your body. curling in on yourself. Notice the sensations you feel as you roll down. Then we'll come back up, just press down in your sitting bones and unwind. Roll up and bring your chin to center and take your head side to loosen up a little more in your neck. All right, and circle around in your shoulders. And reverse. And unwind your legs, just stretch out, shake out your knees. Windshield wipers. And circle around in your ankles. Reverse. All right. Swing your legs around behind you. We'll come in first to child's pose. So your hips will be all the way down on your heels. And then just slide your arms forward. Bring your head down to the floor. And we'll slide forward. Lift your hips into puppy stretch. Slide your arms forward. Just loosen up in your shoulders. And come up into table pose. Separate your knees. Just a couple of cat stretches to warm up the spine, create some space. Breathing in center, lengthen. Elongate the spine and then draw navel in and curl hips under. And from rounded cat into arching cat, tailbone lifted, chin lifted. And continue on, move with your breath now. Exhale down, inhale up. One more. Exhale, pull in. Ending in neutral spine. And just take your left heel out, your foot, place the ball of your left foot on the floor and press through your heel. And then come up onto the ball and the toes, back and forth a couple times. Make sure your palms are under your shoulders. Press that heel away and lift your right knee up towards your chin or your nose. And release your knee back down. We'll just switch sides. Press your right ball of the foot into your mat. Stretch your heel away. And then back and forth up onto the ball and the toes. Back, press the heel away. All right, palms under your shoulders. Press the heel towards the wall behind you. Taking a breath. And breathe out as you bring your left knee towards your nose. And let the knee come back down onto the floor. Back into puppy stretch. And back into child's pose with arms extended. Forehead on the floor. Bring your arms around behind you. Interlace your fingers. Stretch your arms up towards the ceiling. All right, we're going to roll up onto the top of our head. So just lift your hips, roll forward, let your arms come up. And then, excuse me, bring your hips back down onto your heels and release your arms. Bend your elbows, palms next to your knees, and press up. And just lift up onto your knees. You can have your toes either under, bent under, or you can have the tops of your feet on the mat. I'm just going to work with some arching. So bring your palms on your low back, finger pointing down. Engage your hips, lift your navel in and up. Elbows pull in together and just arch back. Lean back over your heels. Press your hips forward. And then come back to center. Take in a breath. And again, press on your sacrum area. Lift your heart. Lift your chin. Hips are engaged. And lean back. And come forward. One more time. Open the front of your body. Lean back and reach for your heels, fingertips, or holding on to them into camel. And then reach forward with one arm and lower down. Just stretch out your back in child's pose. Stretch out the work you've done. You can go side to side, just whatever makes you feel good here. All right, and then slide your hands forward. We'll come into downward facing dog. So we'll work with flipping our dog today, or coming into wild thing, because as we are working with letting go of control on a 7-day in the 7th month with 77 degrees, I think flipping the dog is one pose or one move that might make us feel like we're not in control all the way through. So we'll start with just lift your left leg up to the ceiling. We'll loosen in our hips a little bit. Bend your knee, lift your knee up, and then open the hips. Shoulders forward. Keep lifting the knee. Bring it around. Bring your knee in towards your nose. And then take it back up into three-legged dog. Bend your knee. Open the hip. Bring the hips back around. Bring your knee in towards your nose. And take the leg up. And stretched tall. And let that leg down. We'll repeat that on the other side. Lift the right leg up. Bend your knee. Lift your knee up. And open the hip. Bring the hips around facing center and bring your knee in towards your nose. And then take the leg out and back up again. Bend your knee, open the hip. And bring the hips around, bring the knee back in towards your nose. Stretch it up. Last time. Bend your knee, open the hip. And come around, knee to your nose. And back into downward facing dog. And let your knees down. We'll come back to that in just a moment. But lift up onto your knees. Shake out your arms, bend your elbows. After having your arms stretched out for a while. Bring your palms back onto the sacrum area, your sacred space. Lift up in the front of your body, elbows pulled in. Engage your hips, back to camel. Reach for your feet, your heels. Reach one arm forward, bring it back up. All right, now palms reaching forward. Come back into downward facing dog, and we'll work with our flipping the dog. Just Push everything out of your way so you're safe. Into down dog. Notice your head is in line with your arms, but your head is still forward towards the floor. All right, so lift your left leg up, bend your knee, open the hip, pull that foot around towards the floor, and then let go. Let the foot come down. Reach through your right arm, your right leg, and come into your flip dog. You're up on the ball of the foot on the left leg. The left knee is open. Arch. And then pull around. Back into downward facing dog. All right. Taking your right leg up. Bend your knee. Open the hip just like we did before. Let the hip start to lean over to your left. Let the foot come down on the ball. Left leg is straight. Reach and open the front of your body. And then come back around into down dog. And come forward into plank. Engage your legs, your hips. Lengthen, elongate your spine. Core muscles are working. And then just walk your feet in towards your hands for head to knee pose. Now reach your arms forward, fingertips reaching. Bring your body and your arms so they're parallel to the floor. Legs engaged, kneecaps lifted. Push, lift your arms up overhead. Reach up and back, standing back bend. And press down on your feet, lift back up to center and reach your arms out. And we'll come into a standing twist. Separate your feet and swing. Let your arms be loose. No controlling the arms, you let them swing. And come back to center. Now, Tadasana is having our feet hip width apart. Samasthiti is the same thing, except we bring our feet in, touching the big toes together. So align, lengthen up tall. shoulder blades down your back. Reach your crown now up to the stars. Bring your hands in front of you, bring palms together. Press your thumbs together and your pinky fingers and all the other fingers open up. Press the heel of your hand together and you have your lotus flower. Now just bring your hands up, bringing your lotus flower on top of your head, slightly to the back. Opening your crown chakra, which is also known as the 1,000-petal lotus, representing purity, intuition, spirituality. Honoring the unseen forces. Now lift your hands and bring them back in front of your heart. Fold your thumb in, wrap your fingers around. Bring your knuckles, the top of your knuckles together. And point the thumbs out. Just bring your hands down. This is the Brahma mudra. So we've gone from the 1,000-petal lotus to Brahma, spirit, the divine. All right, so with your eyes open, just soften your knees. Just step your right leg forward and your left leg back into warrior one legs. Lift in your heart. Hands are still in Brahma mudra. Bring palms over your heart. Open into 1,000-petal lotus. Bring your hands overhead and reach up, breathe, and pivot into your warrior two. We didn't do any hip openers, so use this as your hip openers. Open the front knee and vinyasa, just moving in and out. Opening the hip. Come into warrior two. Come into reverse warrior, left hand on the back leg. Reach up and back for a nice side stretch. Deepen your pose. Bend a little deeper if you can. And then come back into warrior two. Pull the knee in. Bend the knee once again. Turn the palms up and pivot back into warrior one. Pull back and step it in. Bring palms over your heart. Into Brahma mudra. And this time, soften your knees. Take your right leg back into warrior one. Lift up in your heart. Bring your hands down as far as you can with the thumbs pointing forward. And bring palms together in Anjali Mudra. Open into your lotus. Reach up over the top of your head. Oops. And then lift, breathe, and pivot into your warrior two. And just loosen up in the hip, deepening and moving in and out. Come into your warrior two. And reverse warrior. Right hand on the back leg and lift the left arm. And come over into a side stretch. Breathe back into warrior two. Deep in the pose for a moment. Breathe the knee in. Breathe it out. Palms up and pivot back into your warrior one. Pull back, inhale, and step it in. Good. Just lift your left knee for a moment. Other side. And come back down. Come down onto your mat for a twist. Just stretch out your right leg, and then we'll leave the one leg out this time. Press through the heel, bring your left leg in, lift tall. Keep the foot flexed on the right leg. Holding with your right arm, hand, breathe and lift and pull around. You can wrap your arm around that leg if that works for you. Bring your left arm around. Be aware of your crown here, your crown chakra. The color is violet. Prepare to unwind by pressing your sitting bones into the floor and breathe your arm up next to your ear. And come back around, switch sides. And holding your leg. And scoop it up with your right arm. And come around to the side. Twisting, creating space as you lift. Being quiet and restful in your twist. And preparing to come out of your twist. Reach your right arm up. Breathe. and unwind. Just open into butterfly for a few wing beats. And assist your knees as you bring them back in. Slide your feet out, separate your feet, prepare for Shavasana. Allowing your mind to quiet and rest as much as you're able for these few minutes. If it's raining where you are, allow the rain to relax you even more. The sound of the drops, the thunder in the distance. Imagine the white light filling you. become aware now. Do you hear your inner voice? Do you hear spirit speaking to you in some way? It can be sensation or sound, whatever. Do you feel a solution or an inspiration coming through? Maybe, maybe not. It's okay. Now start to become aware of your body, your physicality, which is a temple for your spirituality. Start to bring some movement into your body, gentle and soft, quiet, honoring the silence. Slide your feet together and draw your knees up to your chest. Fill yourself with gratitude for all the things your body does for you, including providing a house, a temple for your spirit. And come over to one side and press up into sitting. Bring your hands into Brahma Mudra once again. Fingers wrapped around the thumbs, knuckles together, thumbs pointing forward, hands at your navel. And then bring your palms together in front of your heart, just in Anjali Mudra, and open into lotus. Bring your thumbs to your lips, a reminder of your ability to speak truth. Bring your thumbs to your third eye, your forehead, a reminder of your ability to see patterns, to access your intuition. And bring your wrists to your crown, a reminder of your spirituality, your purity, your deepening intuition and your connection to spirit, cosmic consciousness. And then bring your palms back down in front of your heart. So may your messages come in clearly, honoring your spiritual conversation. So have a peaceful evening. Namaste, everybody.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome. Thanks for
Uh,
being here.
Yes, I am going to go fix dinner. Have a good evening, guys.
You too.
You too.
Have a good night.
Night.
Jeannie, did you hear any thunder?
Yes, we had a big rainstorm go through.
It was a gentle rain here, but
Oh.
there were some claps of thunder that were,
Yes.
I was surprised that Confi didn't come down, so I guess he wasn't too scared.
He's probably under a bed somewhere.
Well, usually he comes down and hides in the basement, but today
Oh.
he stayed on the couch.
Uh-huh. Well, hey,
He's
he's probably
getting
used to it.
brave in his old age.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Oh, that's good.
Oh.
So I want to ask you, have you been listening to Scott McKay lately?
No, I haven't seen anything on him. Have you?
Well, you know, I was just listening to something earlier and I'm not quite finished,
Oh,
but
let me turn off the
oh yeah.
so say goodbye to everybody.
Adios.